And so if you create an atmosphere and you create a lane for something like this, you also create a lane for something like this to be used against you.
Real life. It ain't real life. Just ain't real. Real life street stars. You know what time it is.
I want to ask you real quick, just kind of going off topic of Diddy real quick for a second, is I have to get your take on this, the No Kings protest.
Okay.
With Trump, of course, having his birthday celebration in 79. He was, of course, trying to do a parade. From the optics, it wasn't too crazy, but in Dallas and Houston, a lot of cities, of course, you have what's going on in LA with the National Guard getting pulled out, the government and the feds kind of just going back and forth about all this. I just want your take personally. It could be from an attorney standpoint, but from your standpoint, does much change come from peaceful protests?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
10,000 people in Dallas streets is a lot of people.
There were a lot of people in Dallas, and I was in Philadelphia. Yeah. And so there was protests right across the street from our hotel. Mm. And we watched the number of people, and more importantly, you watch the diversity of the people. It sends a message. And you could have elected officials in those areas who win by small enough margins that something like this could be something that will change their vote in the future. And
because maybe I just didn't stay in school long enough to understand how the presidency works, but Donald Trump could serve 2 terms. He cannot serve 3 terms consecutively. But these 2 terms, I think it might happen one other president, maybe 2, but
no, he's out.
Okay, yeah, he's done, right?
Right.
But they're working on him trying to rewrite that, right, or something.
I don't know if he's going to have the votes to do something like that.
Just now, because of the ICE.
Not just because of everything.
Right.
I mean, because people have to realize. I tell everyone this. When you throw a punch at someone who's a fighter, what can you expect?
A punch get thrown back.
Right. And so if you create an atmosphere and you create a lane for something like this, you also create a lane for something like this to be used against you.
That's true.
And do you want to open that door? And, one of the parties feels like they can open doors, kick them down, and nobody else is coming through them. But I mean, I don't believe that that's the case. So I know it was talks that constitutionally, if Vance would have won the presidency and he was vice president,
yeah,
he could take over, Vance could step down, and then he moves up to president, and that term won't kind of get, that wouldn't count as one of his years.
Wow. President could step down?
I mean, you look at what happened with Nixon. Step down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even Biden kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, he finished it, but he sure wasn't about to finish it.
We're talking about race in our skin, right? Do you believe that we're innocent to proven guilty, or are we guilty to proven innocent?
That's an affirmative hell no. I mean, as soon as we walk into the door, we're guilty of something. Right? Not in everybody's eyes, but
the majority?
The media, film, news, for forever has depicted us as monsters. Even with this Sean Combs case, they're playing into the stereotype that we are sex-crazed maniacs.
Nancy Grace be on Diddy ass.
We sex-crazed maniacs, right? Like we got everybody we see, we just want to jump on. Come on, man.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a situation where when you speak on the blacks and browns uniting for this, I know you saw that sheriff in Florida who said, we will allow protests, but if you throw a rock, that, you start kind of letting things know what will be done. And if you punch an officer, attack an officer, you will be shot, graveyard dead. People will come pick up your belongings. To make a threat like that, just being the local sheriff, it was very reminiscent of the 60s, segregation times of like, yes, you're only allowed to do so much with this protest until, you step out of line. We're letting you know we're going to lynch you. Do you feel like when this becomes a peaceful protest, like what's going on with ICE and what they're trying to do, the one bad apple can ruin the whole bunch if you throw that one rock, you throw that one punch. It kind of ruins the whole situation.
Of course. How many times have all of us in elementary been going to recess, but little Bobby decided to act a fool, and the teacher's like, nah, we're not going outside today.
Everybody inside. Yeah.
Exactly. There's a little Bobby, a little Bobina, somebody out there that is so hell-bent on chaos that they're going to disrupt the natural order of change and peaceful change and do something out of because they want chaos.
There's a joker in every deck. I'm just saying.
Yes, we have talked about we had a chaos conversation last time.
We did.
We had a chaos conversation. So he's just tying into that.
Yeah. I want to make sure that people get you had a prize offering. And I want to reiterate that. I know we posted on our channel. We're going to still, of course, cut this out and post it here too. But can you reiterate the rules of your competition? Because I know some people want their rent paid.
So what we're doing now is we're giving away $500 to the first person who can guess how long it will take the jury to deliberate. So that means that as soon as everyone rests, makes closing arguments, and the jury is handed the jury charge and sent to the back to come back with a verdict, the moment they're sent back, the clock starts. And the first person who gets it right, and you have to give it as soon as they go in that back door and out the courtroom, you have to give the time in days, right? And so if it's
down to the hour, right?
Yeah, down to the hour. And I'm thinking about throwing some caveats. So chime in if you think this is worth it. But I am thinking about enhancing it, enhancing the amount based on a tier. The person who gets it right, but also refers the most followers.
Oh, I like that.
Gets.
What are you going to enhance the amount to? You're thinking about it? We'll discuss it later.
I'm thinking about it.
Okay,
I'm thinking about it. They got to chime in.
Okay,
right? They got to chime in here. They got to go to Tailor-Made Conversations, and they got to go to RealLyfe on IG and TikTok to hear and subscribe so that they can know if it's been enhanced. And for those of you who've already put in your guesses, hey man, I appreciate you guys. I really do. I like the engagement. I like the fact that some of you guys have put in some real good thought on why you selected the time frame that you selected. And I really like that intellectual engagement because that lets me know that everyone out here is just not mindlessly moving around, that they're really thinking about what they're saying and moving around with purpose. So thank you for those of you
You
guys.
like those longer reasons why? Like
I just like to hear what people are thinking. I like to, because as a trial attorney, having an idea where society is helps me in my trials. And so I'm leaving here, flying back to New York.
Yes.
And so I'm doing a deposition. And during my deposition, I take into account when I ask questions, what does the jury want to hear? What do they want to know? And so listening, even though this case is totally different, it does give me a taste of where we are as a people or as a country.
And yes, you just came in from New York. You're about to head back to New York. You're in the mix out there. But for those that want to know the rules, tell them again what they need to do to be a part of this, where they need to follow, what exactly they need to do.
RealLyfe Lawyer on Instagram and TikTok. and then tailor-made conversations on YouTube. We have all the rules laid out. And so, like I said before, we may do an enhancement where if you bring some friends to join the competition, and we'll periodically be doing competitions here on Real Life every once in a while, especially if I can see a good angle to reach out and to do something fun, right?
We love it.
And keep it engaging. So I might do something like $50 if you can guess the color of my next suit. It's not a competition.
Yeah, but we like those type of things. We like the engagement. You know,
Yeah.
it's very fun.
Or if I even wear a suit.
Oh yeah, hey, I mean I don't know what that means. Pause, but I'm just messing. No, but yeah, seriously, no, we love the community, and we love that those that reach out and feel like they're part of this community, because it is an ongoing conversation, and we do love it. With that being said, again, week 4 and 5 in the bank. Thank you for coming in. I know we're going to try to do some virtually, but again, we always love to have you in. And today is Father's Day, so we appreciate your time. And happy Father's Day once again. With that being said, we got him in the building. Larry Taylor, the Real Life Lawyer. You are a real life street star. Let go.
Shout out RealLyfe Street Stars, nigga. Move it. Hey. Shout out RealLyfe Street Stars, nigga. Move it. Hey.